Boy, oh boy. It is wonderful to see you again. I? I was doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for asking. I didn't stream yesterday, and nothing bad happened. I could swear to you about that. Just took a nap. That was a loud notification from my phone that I'm presuming I got live. I just took a nap that day instead of streaming. I've been I have a very weird circadian rhythm. I need a lot of sleep to function at the level I do. I don't really know why. I don't really know what my body's using all this time to repair or recover from. I'm a grown boy, maybe it's that. But I don't know. I need like almost at minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, or I'm just fucked the next morning. Like, I can still function with that, but if it's not like 7 hours of sleep, I'm kind of dead for that day. I'm not really like fully there. And so, last few days I've been having some pretty shitty sleep. I've had a lot of stress, a lot of school stuff has been going on that I need to like do at a certain time, a lot of deadlines. So, not great sleep. Nothing horrible. I'm like good mostly. I know like consciously I'm good, but stress isn't always uh easily controlled by rational thought, right? So I've been doing good otherwise. Other than that, I'm doing very good for myself, which is very nice. Obviously, it'd be kind of shitty if doing good meant you get my gist. Um, but streaming, am I right? So crazy that I'm back to it after such a short. This is very. I take very short hiatuses. Obviously, I'm no super stressed out whatever. Insert job that needs a ton of hiatuses here. I ain't no librarian. Dude, being a librarian might be sick, actually. That's like grade A, morally correct civil servant. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I have an econ class, and we were doing a like experiment or like a social experiment sort of thing to like show how economy functions in the real world or whatever. So I need to hand out. I chose because this was going to be graded. Like, my teacher is very funny. He's very like joking. I don't know about if you have these teachers. Sometimes you get like real. These guys wanted to be comedians, and it just so happens that they couldn't cut it there, and so they chose to be a teacher, but they still want to like get some of their new material in. I'm being a little harsh. Some teachers just want to have like a little fun in their classes, and so they tell jokes, and that's fine. And this teacher is funny. He's all right. It's a lot of like unexpected humor, or like trying to bait a kid into like arguing with him about something dumb. A lot of like saying words wrong, and some kids like, "That's not how you say a word." And he's like, "Well, actually, I was talking about Bort from The Simpsons instead of Bart from The Simpsons." Like, shut up. Whatever, we get it. So other than his joking nature, the other thing that's very noticeable about him is he grades incredibly harshly. Like, I don't. This might be like a classwork or a homework, but he'll just straight up give you an F, even though you did all the work, you did it to the best of your abilities. If you're just the worst in the class at it, he'll just give you an F, which is a little annoying. It's not really horrible because I don't ever really fall to the bottom of the leaderboards, you know what I mean? And I most of the time expect, and he does most of the time, not really give out the Fs. He just kind of like does it as an incentive, which it's a little messed up. It's a little like freaking out the kid that's trying to not fail the course. But whatever. I, not really wanting to do a lot of work that day, chose to be the assistant who helps out one of the sides. And holy shit, you I would never want to work in public care. That's not really the right. What's a good way of saying this? So let me explain my job. I had to give out cards that that were one time use, and then they'd have to come back and like switch out the cards with me. That told the person the price they could sell an object for. And so I would keep switching these out. They're one time use. And if you got like a high price that you needed to sell it for, it was a bad card. Or like it was a harder card to use. And holy shit, being the voice of random chance is apparently being taken as I'm the devil and I just want every single person in this class to fail the course. Because like it's a grade and the teacher's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, everyone's going to hate you because you're giving them bad cards that could make them fail this classwork. I was like, damn, dude, what the fuck? Could have told me before I got like actual threats of harm. This is genuine. I got threats of like I'm gonna get my ass beat outside of class. Holy shit. It was a lot. I was like very flabbergasted with how much some of these. I mean, I took the position because I didn't want to do the actual work of the exercise, and I just wanted to like get an easier grade, which I did. I'm probably gonna get like an A+ for it because I did a good job. But holy shit, I highly recommend if you have the choice to working with people under stress sucks. All right, I think that's the opinion that I'm going to. Obviously, those jobs are incredibly necessary, right? Any job that is under a lot of stress is needed in some way, and that's why it's under stress, I hope. Unless it's just like artificial stress to raise competition, blah, blah, blah. You get it. But damn, if you are under stress and have to work with people that are also under stress and are being belligerent because of it, I pity you if that's like your actual day-to-day job. That sounds torturous. It was not fun for this one singular class. And I could like go to the next class I had and be like, shmeep shmop. Holy shit. I mean, I've worked customer service before. I've worked at like rental places. So I kind of get it, but it's not the same. Being in a class of your peers makes it like I'm of the equal standing of these people, right? I'm not at a job where some people at least give me a little bit of like, what should I do next? Respect. You know what I mean? This was of a group of my peers, so they just didn't fucking care. They were just vicious. They're like, if you give me another fucking $10 that I have to sell this for, I'm gonna beat you up outside of class. It's like, dude, I literally take your card, I put it at the bottom. I have the cards upside down. I put your card face down at the bottom. I take off the front card and I give it to you face down still. I have no choice in this. Stop blaming me. You're hurting my feelings. Stop it. But I'm all good. That wasn't the time sensitive thing. I'm getting like, I won't get into it. It's just a lot of work that I have to do. And you might be like, oh, then why are you streaming at all? It's because I love streaming. I enjoy streaming a lot. I think it's a fun way that I can do a hobby that I enjoy. I really enjoy art. And it's a fun way I can both do that hobby and potentially talk to new people. Oh, geez. My dog is barking in the background. That's going to be annoying if she continues. They're fine, but they're just a little needy. I might, if she continues to bark, and I don't know about this, but if she does, I might have to take like a 20-second break to just let her out for a minute. I know those numbers don't really add up, but I'll let her out, come back down for like a minute or two, and let her back in. Then we'll be chilling. Because it's getting chilly out in New York. It's starting to get a little fall wintry. You know what I mean? Your breath is starting to be a little visible. Well, that started to happen from like a few weeks ago, but still. It's been the start of my favorite season, winter. A little bit of lore for you. Okay, just because I don't want, one, her to be complaining the whole time, and two, I don't want my dog to not make a mad. You get it. Give me 1 moment. Sorry. 1 moment, please. Okay, we're good. 4 o'clock is when I let him out, so I will wait like 2 or 3 minutes and then let him back in. That seems reasonable. I didn't realize, so obviously with age comes a little bit of more, not maturity, but like more responsibilities that you are naturally taking up because of your age. And a lot of like time-based, like setting timers for yourself is kind of just guessing. I didn't realize that as a kid. It's a lot of like, how long should I be doing this for? No, the camera flipped. Let me fix that real quick. How long should I be doing this for? Oh, probably about 20 minutes? Like, you don't really know. Clockwise. Yes. I guess. First try. First try. Those who are questioning what I'm doing right now, I'm really just doing some grunt labor. You know what I mean? Like, this has to be worn away eventually, and I'll eventually have to wear away a lot of this crap. But it's easier to wear away something when it's going downhill. You know what I mean? So you want to get as much as you can of this crap as soon as possible. Just get the chisel out if this is being such a pain. Nah. Holy shit, camera. Can you not? I'll leave it unlocked. Nope. Gotta flip that all the way around. Do the hokey pokey and we flip you all around. I don't know why it keeps flipping. This camera's odd. It apparently has self-adjusting features, and that makes it a real pain in the ass, and I don't really know how to turn off the self-adjusting features. Because if it didn't have self-adjusting features, if it didn't have self-adjusting features, this is a very nice camera. I don't know where I really found it. It was only like $40 or something. Pretty clean getaway there in the reception, or the retail. Not the reception. What am I? Being a fool right now? Being a fool. All right. That was 3 minutes. Let me go grab the dogs and bring them in case it is getting cold out. All right. Give me one more moment. Double break. Well, that's very annoying. I don't really know why this keeps happening, but one of my dogs is very like good at listening to her own name, which is very annoying because you try to call her in and she just ignores you. I mean, she knows her name. It's not that. It's that she doesn't really want to listen to you. So, leaving her out for a few more minutes in the cold. She has plenty of fur. She isn't like a real lacking in down dog, you know what I mean? She's got plenty of fur to keep her warm. It'll just be a little unpleasant. There we go. Whoa. That's a lot of wood it's chipping up. Damn, dude. Damn. Okay. Fuck this camera a little. We're doing this. Oh, I'm super pumped, dude. Chainsaw Man movie is coming out in a few days. Apparently, though, I was talking to a friend about it, and it's been pirated in, like, subbed and dubs already, like, over on around the internet. Holy shit. Which, oh no, that's so horrible. Who would ever watch a pirated copy of such a wink, wink, nudge, nudge? I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm watching fucking Chainsaw Man. Woo! I'm like not. I'm sort of caught up. I'm caught up to. I don't want to spoil it, but when we find out one character is not really the character we think they are, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I won't spoil it anywhere from there because it's a very good plot twist. I don't want to ruin it. But I'm a few chapters after that where we get into like other characters finding out about this plot twist, and I just didn't read for like a month on this website that I totally read legally from, and they went past the dub, or they went past the English on me, and just didn't. I guess they just don't have backups of the English for a few weeks. I don't really know why, but I'll have to catch up because it's very interesting where they're at right now. I always think about that, or I think about this a lot when I read some manga or watch some anime. Is the ages are crazy, right? Like when I was 15, I could not have done mentally what Yuji did in JJK, or you get what I'm saying. The ages some of these people are at is insane for what they're doing. They really age down the characters, which is sort of a breath of fresh air from what used to be a lot of fantasy. Is some 20-year-old dude that when I was a kid I was I don't fucking know what it's like to be a 20-year-old. I don't know what this is. Jesus H. Jingleheimer Schmidt. What the fuck? Why does this keep happening to the camera? Stop it, alright? You better quit it. Right? It does it right when I'm not looking at it. I don't even catch it in the corner of my eye. I look back and it's messed up. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm gonna start chiseling right as I look away. It's gonna go. Alright? Don't trust it. Don't feed it your secrets, dude. Don't believe in the machine, dude. No. I'm so terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I wanna go to my city by the bay. I've had that song like stuck in my head for a while. Okay, I think another momentary break. I think my dog has probably been out for long enough. Give me 1 second. Ew. Alright. Just came. Get a little bit of a drink. And we're good. Dog is back in. And, you know, it's the Oh my god. Dude. I heard a little bit of barking. Alright. If this is gonna like continue, maybe today will be a little bit of a short stream. Because I don't want like dogs barking in the background. I feel like that'd be not great audio. We'll see. We'll see if they keep barking. But they are the family dogs, so we've had them for a while now. So this isn't anything new. They're all kind of a pain in the ass by now. You know, the new puppy feeling really fades after like the first year or two. But it's whatever. Dogs are great. Like pets are awesome, but I don't think that I would ever want one if I lived like solely alone or with roommates or whatever. They'd be kind of a pain. Like taking care of them when you don't fully live with them is fine. It's not really that big of a deal. But being like the sole caretaker of this animal that doesn't really understand how their actions could be adverse to normal social customs could be quite annoying. Like when you take care of a kid, at least you can scream at him, you can shake him. No. Like at least eventually that kid will be like, okay, maybe this wasn't the appropriate thing to do if you parent them right. But a dog, they can sort of get it, but they'll never really get it, which is a bit of a sad thing. You know what I mean? Like the barrier in species is so much greater than the language barrier that you have between a dog. That like just some concepts will never really fully sink in either direction. It's a little sad to think about, but it'd be morally incorrect. Owning a dog is a little weird. Like, I think our society really... And owning a dog... I like my dogs. I don't, like, hate them or anything. But owning another creature as their sole provider purposefully so they'd give you affection... If you frame it in the wrong way, it could look weird. I'm not trying to, like, say owning a dog is directly evil or malicious. Obviously not. People can make lovely dog owners, and they take care of them basically like their own children. That's not anything horrible with it. I can't really get this fucking thing right. But the bear, like if you had to explain this to someone who's never even seen a dog or owned one before, just be like, yeah, so there's this species of animals that we've selectively bred for thousands of years to be our companions in different arts and different jobs, and now we just own them and solely take care of them just so they'd love us and just so we have someone at home to say hello to. That's a little, like, I think that'd be a bit of a cultural hurdle if you aren't, like, if you haven't pet a dog before, it's definitely harder to understand why this whole process is in action. Because dogs are great. I love dogs. I also like cats. I'm not really a dog or a cat person particularly. I've never owned a cat, or my family's never owned a cat, because my sister and dad are kind of allergic to them. So, rats. A little bit of unfortunate circumstances there. My mom loves cats too, but what can you do? I do envy my friends who get to have a little kitty. It's whatever. I wouldn't want to own a cat either, because I feel like if I would ever own an animal, it'd probably be a cat, just because I feel like they're less maintenance, but also I've never had a cat, so I don't want my first go around of owning an animal to be something I have no experience in, even like being near for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? In San Francisco, out on a hill, it shines for me. That sounds good. I've had it like stuck in my head on stereo. I've had a few songs stuck in my head on repeat for a while. I just have that like brainworm sort of brain, I guess, where my mind just plays over the same songs over and over again. Nothing really by it, but like, oh, I read this somewhere that apparently the longest brainworm that's ever happened was like 87 years of this one person just like singing along to this one song. Holy shit, I'd kill myself. I'm like not even joking. That's horrible. That's genuinely torture. And I read like for class one time, it was like the psychological reasons on why brainworms exist. And it's apparently a pretty big study, but it's like this is mean to say, but it's of the same like genre of psychological studies as like sleep studies and stuff, where it's just something that people do that to get a better understanding of the brain, but like it's not really of a big importance. It's like some guy who has their PhD already is like, or someone who writes their PhD paper on this. It's kind of like a throwaway study. I don't want to say that. That's not really, because like it's genuinely useful. If there's no cure for me having a brainworm for 87 years, I'd be pretty pissed. And there isn't really a cure to brainworms. It's kind of just like you gotta play it through. I think was it's like solutions, sort of, but there's no real like definitive. This is how you cure it, which is a little which stinks a little, but it's whatever. I doubt there'd be any song that I could jam out to for 67 years. Like, I mean, like, that must be some, like, child's tale. Like, alright, if I had a song right now, and I had it in my head for 67 years, I would be I'd be 80, reaching 90, right? Would I be 90? I might be 90. No, I wouldn't be 90, but I would be very close to being 90 years old. And obviously, that's simple math, dude. I'm kind of dumb. I'm very dumb for a smart person. But I would be 90 when that happened at my age. So I might live to 90, but someone who's already lived 67 years, living to 90 is kind of a statistical improbability. And so I think that this person has had it in their head since they were very little, is my conclusion. Excuse me. Just using like a little bit of logic here. They had it for 67 years. right? And the average lifespan of a... Let me look that up, actually. Let me look up this sad factoid. The average lifespan of a guy. Or it might be a woman. Average life expectancy in the U.S. is 78.39 years. Holy shit, 2020 had a big old hit of like 3 years. Damn, of like 2 or 3 years on the life expectancy. That's pretty messed up. It was 69 and wait, I'm doing research into longest ever earworm song. Longest lasting earworm. Lasted 3 or 4 years. Electric. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. One louder. Well over 30 years. Okay, a lot of inconclusive data on this, apparently. Doesn't say, or I said it didn't really bother me, but it isn't strictly true. One did bother me for well over 30 years. Yes, I had a single recurring earworm that couldn't shake for 3 decades. Okay. 4 long months. 52 years. A lot of different sources here. 52 years. The song is Lan Lori Lan, a very old Spanish song. First heard in high school Spanish class. The day I can't. 60 years ago. Holy shit. Kid, yeah. Okay. Damn. Lot of I guess a lot of people suffer from... I have a very bad memory. Like, I have earworms a lot, but I'm lucky enough where my memory is so bad that I don't remember. Like, if I go long enough, like, barely long enough to not sing it for a certain amount of time, I'll just forget it. I'll just, like, forget the song I'm singing. Like, that's why I'm very bad. I have an alright voice. I have a pretty... Like, I've been complimented on it before, but I don't want to say I'm perfect, because I've never done any, like, classes on it. I don't want to say I have a good voice. I've never done chorus or anything like that. So I don't really know how to sing. I just do. I just try to sound like the person who's singing the song. But anytime I try to sing a song that I aren't currently hearing or I don't have the lyrics up, I just don't remember lyrics at all. I'm very bad at remembering stuff like that. So if I haven't heard a song in like a day or so, I don't remember like any of it. Maybe I'll remember the melody, but not even really. I'm a bit of a golden goose when it comes to shitty memories. I just have very bad memory, man, alright? Maybe I'll have dementia when I grow older. That'd be sad. Forget how to stream. I'd forget all the jokes I had. I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows? The loveliness of Paris seems so sadly gay. The glory that is Rome is of another day. I'm so terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. Forgotten and Manhattan don't rhyme. Like, at all. I don't know where this guy, coked out of his mind, thought that those words were going to be, like, real nifty, linked words. Like, they don't rhyme at all, man. You're fucking me up. Maybe it's my accent. Forgotten in Manhattan. Hatton rhymes with forgotten. But Hatton, I've forgotten. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle there. I've been forgotten in Manhattan. Kind of works. Kind of works if you say it fast, maybe. Fuck. No! Hey, the dogs aren't barking that much. says the instantly barks. But hey, pretty good. No. Alright, give me one moment. I gotta check something. I'm not gonna really mute my mic. Just gotta look at my phone for just one moment. It's very unprofessional. It's very unprofessional. I have to say, Art. This is horribly unprofessional. Oh, I love having people try to because I know what what I was intending to say with my gamer tag or my streamer tag, not my gamer tag, but a lot of people are they ain't hip with the elite gamer speak, the lingo, and so they're like Meadow Art, me, dude, and I'm like, it's up to interpretation, really. I think it's funnier to have a bunch of people call me different things, because then, if I were to ever be mentioned by one of them to another, they'd be like, who's this Meadow guy? And I'd be like, I'm freaking same dude. Same dude, different story. Oh, I saw this recently. Apparently, all the guys from Kid Stories named Jack, they're canonically the same person. Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack and Jill Went Up the Hill, what are some, Jack-o'-lantern, Jack Frost. They're all apparently the same dude. Isn't that fucked up? Like, if you don't know, I learned about the Jack-o'-lantern fairy tale much later in my life. Like, I wasn't childhood fairy tale age when I learned about it. It's not really a more commonly told song or story where I was growing up. Let me look it up, but the gist was basically, this guy lost his head or something and had to put his soul in children's story. Jack-o'-lantern children's story. Stringy Jack and the Jack-o'-lantern. No. Uncut, uncensored. That sounds perverse. Little Pumpkin. Oh, a lot of these. I'm talking about like the Beetroot one. Jack-o'-lantern Beetroot. Beet. No. Wait, what's the root? How do you spell beetroot? Going back to the beetroot history of Turnip Jacko. That's it, I think. Going back to the roots, history, Turnip Jack-o'-lantern was why should carve. Okay. What's Turnip Jack, bro? Turnip, it's Nip Jack-o'-lantern. Story. The Irish called him Jack of the Lantern, or Jack-o'-lantern. Many people believe that Halloween ghosts and evil spirits try to come back to Earth. They thought that Jack, because he was damned, would scare them away. They carved turnips and beets, and put candles in them so that it looked like Jack's lantern. Okay. Or it was like a coal from hell, I think was the story that I heard of. Jaw-dropping story of the Jack-o'-lantern. Sure. This. Admitted it's one of those people. Well, I don't give a fuck. Let me hear the story. Listen, children. Change from the name. Story goes. There's the most common version. A grumpy old bastard of a blacksmith by the name of Stingy Jack invites the devil for a drink but refuses to pay. Hence the stingy descriptor. He convinces the devil to shapeshift into a coin to cover the tab, but when the devil obliges, Jack sticks the coin in his pocket, and much to the devil coin's dismay, there is a silver cross in that pocket, preventing him from returning to his original form. A deal is struck. Jack sets the devil free, and in return the devil agrees A, to bar Jack from entering hell when he dies, and B, to leave Jack alone for a year. Okay. Quick aside, it seems like a bad deal, and it is a bad deal because guess what? A year later, the devil comes back and messes with Jack, only Jack is ready for him. He convinces the devil to climb a tree so he might enjoy a delicious piece of fruit. Once the devil is up in the tree, Jack carves a cross into the trunk. The devil can't come down. Another bad deal is struck, although this one does have the advantages of being slightly less bad than the previous one. Jack frees the devil in exchange for 10 years of peace. Jack dies. Don't be sad. He was an asshole. The devil, true to his word, refuses to let Jack go into hell. God, meanwhile, refuses to let Jack into heaven. So what's Jack's fate? To wander forever in eternal darkness, of course. But because the devil is not totally heartless, he tosses Jack a lump of burning coal from hell so he can have a bit of light. Jack carves out a turnip and sticks the coal inside, creating the lantern, hence Jack of the Lantern, which later shortened to Jack-o'-lantern. Neat. That's cool, man. I sort of knew some of this. The rest they say is folktale, and there's a lot of stories for starter. There's a story of which source neglect in its Jack Adams character helped an old man on the side of the road. The old man was an angel in disguise, angel who is clearly a fan of 1,000 Years of the Night. Grants Jack 3 wishes, and this is where Jack's true colors begin to shine. 1. Anyone who sits in Jack's chair will be stuck to the spot. 2. Anyone who takes a bite of Jack's sycamore tree will be stuck to the spot. Anyone who borrows Jack's tools will be stuck to the spot. Damn, dude. The angel reluctantly grants these wishes, but he makes a mental note that Jack is fellow. Time comes, not be allowed into heaven. Eventually, the devil comes to claim Jack. Already know the plan, blah blah blah. Swimmingly grant these. Don't spoil Jack boy either. Booked Irish Times. Holy shit, that's terrifying. Oh, that'd be so cool. I could do a turnip for a stream. Turnips are kind of gross. Maybe not. Turnip. I'll think about it. I'll think about doing a turnip jack-o'-lantern. That could be cool. I can put a hot coal in it and burn myself on accident because I know that would happen. Neat little aside story time there. Holy shit. I sort of knew the story, but I didn't really. Very interesting. In San Francisco, how the hill. I should really look up that song's lyrics if I'm gonna keep singing it off stream. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, man. Who knows? Very annoying to carve. Maybe it's not the barking, maybe it's the wobbling of the desk. Maybe. It's definitely not an easy project. I kind of did force myself into a bit of a pickle picking this hard of a project. Picking this hard of a project. 4 spelled with a PH. For people's pleasure. Let's fucking go. That was good alliteration. Or it was good workshopping alliteration. I gotta be like a little faster with it, but a bit of a pickle picking. Such a pesky piece for people's pleasure. 4 spelled with a PH, naturally. Go. Naturally 4 is spelled with a PH. What, have you never been to English class? Come on. Come on. Let's be a little rough with it, boy. Let's be a little rough with it, boy. I don't know. Alright. No, I won't go into this, but for reference, I watched the movie I was... What the fuck, Windows? Sorry for my language. But damn, don't jump scare me with that, dude. They just, like, gave me a pop-up. I didn't know they could just give you pop-ups in your computer. That's kind of... I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little skeevy. If I would put it into words. My heart is there in San Francisco, down on the hill. How am I gonna carve this? That's the tricky business. Maybe this is what I'm thinking. Go here. My heart. I don't know. I don't think it's this one though. Gotta try all your tools out. Just see if they maybe fit my criterion. Ooh, this could almost definitely fit my criterion. It's a little bit of a wedge sort of design. Of another day. Whoa. I kind of noticed this before, but it is getting... I thought this was just like a little stain, but look at the red mark here. Isn't that neat? There's a difference in the wood. Jesus, man. Jesus, man. Does take a little bit of elbow grease to get some of these knots out. Not so much knots, but you like get really into it. You know what I mean? Gotta put a little bit of force into it. A little bit more force than you really expect. I mean, it's just a dead tree, bro. Why you got beef with it? It's just a dead tree. I don't got beef with it. It's got beef with me. Alright, let me try to That is not how you would do it. Let's go. Okay, this is the first real bit of like actual detailed work I'm doing on this is like getting the stem right? There. There we go. There we go. Nice. Sehr gut. Sehr gut. Well, how am I gonna do this leaf? Because this leaf is supposed to be like out. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do a little deeper in. Maybe. I don't really know. I'm supposed to do this one. Maybe I could like tilt it inwards almost. Like have this be deeper in than this. So that could work. That might work, maybe. I'm thinking here. Hey, I'm thinking here. Classic. It's a classic, man. Every New Yorker loves it. I don't know where I saw it, but it was like, ew, cheap viewers, gross. Why would I buy viewers, you dummy? Wait, Let me increase the size of... Okay, I just banned them. It's all good. It's all good. Let me... Alright, that's some actual detailed work. We're gonna have to draw with the chisel a little bit of an outline of the actual flower. There we go. And like, there we go. Nice. No. Alright, we're good. This is some real focused shit, so I gotta kinda lock in. I'm not gonna lie with you. So give me 1 moment of... Give me 1 minute of focus and you'll get an hour of giggles. I swear it. Is that an equal exchange? Maybe not. Joke's on you, I was gonna give you giggles anyways. You got jack-o'-lanterned. Sorry, dummy. Let me actually do what I did here. Seems to be working quite well. Halfway to the stars. Whew. Not really as focused as I expected, but I'd like to... Come on. Stop being such a little freaking annoyance, dude. You're being a freaking baby. Stop it. You're being a freaking baby. Halfway to the snow. My love waits there in San Francisco. Not really that talky, but like, this is kind of the more important bit, right? It's making this art look good. I'm sorry, chat, but Papa's gotta make his art look good. Big Papa needs to make his flower look lush. There it is. I think I've talked about previously how I don't really enjoy watching reruns of stuff. Just like a pet peeve of mine. I don't really know why, but it's very much like against my patience to watch something for like multiple times in a row. I don't really know why. It's just kind of something my brain is like, nuh-uh. But I think with this comes like arguments too, or at least like disagreements about a topic. If I've talked to someone previously about the same thing in like recent memory, obviously my memory previously as stated is very poor. But if I've like had an in-depth discussion about this with someone and then randomly I have another discussion about it, I just don't care. I'm like, yeah, these are my points. I don't really want to re-debate this topic. It doesn't even have to be like an actual argument. It can be just like a differing opinion I have. I'm just like, meh. As my previous statement that you weren't there for, that you weren't even privy, existed, these are my points. I still stand by them. And so, a lot of the times, I'm either very spirited in an argument, or I'm just like, it's really whatever anyone thinks. Which does kind of confuse some people. when I've argued with them in the past. When I did argue with them. You need to be smaller. It's a little ugly over here. In here, it's very, like, fragmented because I've had to, like, carve through it, but I could probably fix it up. I can make it done look pretty. I can make it look pretty as a star. If you'd give me the time of day. My heart. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, alright, let's talk about a new topic. Have any of you ever watched the show River Monsters? I used to love River Monsters as a kid. I would always go to, like, my grandparents' house or somewhere, like, where there was a TV and I didn't really have to do anything, or I wasn't really doing anything for the rest of the day, and I would just watch River Monsters out of boredom. And holy shit, the guy who ran or who was, like, the host of River Monsters, he's a beast, dude. He was in his, like, 50s, and he was going out into, like, a random jungle. He's like, yeah, I want to catch this famous legendary beast. And he just, like, pack his bags, be sent out for, like, 2 months, catch some huge fish, and then, like, traipse around, like, is this your monster that everyone in your entire generational family has had myths of? And they're like, holy shit, how'd you catch this thing? It's like, I'm just that British good. And he'd go on to whatever the hell else it is. And the show actually shut down from its own success. It caught all the monsters. Like, there was no more. It went for so long, and he caught so many of the actual, like, non-myth monsters that there weren't any more that they could, like, top it with. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be regional myths, but he caught all of the, like, big ones. And he caught so many that were so, like, record-breaking big that there was just nothing else for the show to, like, run. He suffered from his own insane ability to catch fish. And now he's off in the Amazon rainforest just catching generations of ginormous monsters, catch and release. Just like, I knew your papa. He was a big guppy. It's this, like, 80-foot-long anaconda that he just reeled up. But you're gonna be a little bigger, aren't you? I remember when your papa was this size. Me and him, we'd wrestle in the ocean. You know now what he is? He's the world serpent. Dude, he's literally Thor. He's battling with the world serpent on a daily basis. Wasn't it like 9 days that Thor's supposed to fight with Jormungandr or something? I think it's 9 days. And then Thor takes 9 steps away. It's supposed to be like all this symbolism. Takes 9 steps away and then he falls. Victorious, but dying from the poison or the venom of the serpent that bit him in his last blow. Which is metal as fuck. Norse mythology's dope. It's a real pity that like it basically doesn't exist anymore, but it was dope when it did exist. Like the only source that we really have are two Iceland, or this one guy after Christianization who had to like go back as like a research study and try to like piece all these myths together, I'm pretty sure. And so we have the Prose Edda and the something else Edda. And that's like basically all the Norse myth we got. Which sucks. Christianization, same thing with like the Gaelic culture that was there. It did kind of get murdered by Christianization of the area, which is a little sad. My heart be there in San Francisco down here. Dude, I gotta chisel that down. Damn. I mean, it's getting there. Look at it. Right? Like, it's getting there, but I gotta, like, whittle this down where this would make a convincing leaf. It doesn't need to be, like, that far off of the thing, but it does need to be, like, a little bit. It needs to be a little bit convincing. It sings to me. Halfway to the stop. But I'm like taking a day off of a project and then come back to it. You really just appreciate how well you've done with it. You know what I mean? You're just like, whoa, I kind of cooked here. Damn. You're like, hot damn, Sonny, I kind of cooked here. And get this chunk out. And excavate it. Come on, boy. You know you want it, boy. Come on, boy. Shoot. Nah, we're good. It dug in a little, but we're good. We're happy clappy. We're happy clappy campers. Does take some elbow grease. It does. Takes a little bit of pressure. Under pressure. Sitting down. Sitting down. I'm gonna stop. Ooh, under pressure. Alright. Hour and 10 minutes. That's alright. I think this has gotten farther. Much farther. I'm pretty happy with it right now. I mean, obviously, some of these leaves I fucked up a little. Like, I cut off the ends of them. But it's going pretty good. Alright. Let me end it off here. Thanks so much. Anyone who wanted to pop by. If you like this, check me out. Leave a follow, you know the gist. I don't really think I would be your first rodeo here, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. See ya. Bye. Bye-bye, studio audience. Wink. I winked, but I don't have a camera on me, so...